Welcome back to Dark Souls. Last time, we made it through the Dark Root Basin, defeated Havel the Rock, and got our ultimate build with the Elite Knight set. I chose this build for one reason. It's the build that was prominently featured on the promotional art for the game. So I feel like it's the quote-unquote canon build. That's one of the reasons. But another reason would be that it's the same set that Oscar of Astora from the Undead Asylum used to wear before we killed him. So, in a way, I'm honoring the man who saved my life. We won't let him down. We can't forget about that prophecy. We have to find out what the fate of the undead is. But not before we do something else. We're just gonna continue up this watchtower. They say it leads to the undead bird. And there it is. Undead bird. It says we're in the undead bird, that means we are. We have to climb up this big watchtower. Because it's a long way up to the undead bird from the Dark Root Garden. It's a long way up. That would be another way in. There are two ways in. So, I'll be with you in a while. We're going somewhere in the Undead Bird. There's someone I want to check on, someone we haven't talked to in a while. Alright, here we are. We're back at the Undead Merchant. We haven't talked to him since we first arrived in the Undead Bird. I think he has more to say to us this time.
Oh, there you are. Still keeping your marbles all together? Then go ahead, don't be a nitwit. Never hurts to splurge when your days are numbered.
Let's see if you have anything to say anymore this time.
Oh, this one. Ain't she lovely? Her name is Yulia. She's plumb in love with me. You'd never leave my side now, would you, Yulia?
Yulia? Who's Yulia? Can we see her?
Oh, you can forget it. I'm all that she needs. Careful! She'll bite your little fingers off. Be kind, Yulia, be kind!
I don't know. The way the Undead Merchant is talking, it sounds like Yulia's some kind of pet. I'm just gonna tell you a little secret. What Yulia is his katana. His Uchi katana. He's talking to it like it's a pet. He's really going off the deep end. That's what Halloween can do to you.
Now, don't squander your time chatting. You need to look over my wares.
Alright. Goodbye.
What a waste of time. Go and fall off a cliff.
You know what? I think I can show you. There. There's Yulia. If we just kick him, he won't attack us, so we're fine. That's Yulia, his Uchi katana. Alright, I'll see you again. We're going back to Dark Root Basin now. Alright, now we're finally back at the Dark Root Basin. Now let's start exploring for real. I just wanted to talk to the Undead Merchant for some reason. Right. Since we had our introduction with these creatures a little too early, I failed to explain how these guys actually work. Here we have crystal golems. They're kind of like the Moonlight Butterfly, to be honest, since these creatures are both amalgamations of crystal. both the Moonlight Butterfly and the Crystal Golem. Not just that, because the Crystal Golems are also a creation of Steve. That's one. There are a few more around here. And we have to do without pissing off that thing. We're gonna discuss what that is very, very soon. We're gonna take a nice, long look at it. But for now, we have to take out the golems, because they're a lot more dangerous. Yeah, I think we have enough space. Come on, get over here. Oh, ow, that hurt. Alright, let's get a hold of another one. Before we collect this. Oh no. Here it comes. Danger. There's a thing firing at us. Ah! Thing's firing at us, and it's very dangerous. We don't want to deal with it. But we're gonna have to. Another tough enemy. A mini-boss. Kind of like Havel was. This one probably isn't gonna get his own soundtrack because he's not as memorable. Because this thing isn't as memorable. That's 3. Right. Get the hell over here. What are you doing? Come on. No. Get over here. Bastard. That's that. Great. Now we can finally advance to the real thing. Before we do that, put this rusted iron ring on. You will thank me later. And also, you want to be at full health. Just start running. I want you to meet the Hydra. Meet the Hydra. If you do not have a high stability field, give up. You have to chop off all of its head. That's probably what you do right now. Problem is, it keeps around. But if you chop off all its head, it'll die immediately. Again, avoid the water glass at all costs, because those things are nightmares. So much damage, it's not even funny. By the way, if you don't know why I'm equipping the rusted iron ring, because if you don't, you're gonna move slowly in this water, and you do not want that. You won't be able to chop off its head. Notice, as a result, it becomes significantly easier. But be careful with that, because their heads can pull you into the water. This might take a while. Another thing to tell you about this Hydra, you know what? I think I'll tell you after it's dead. Last head. Not the last head. So hard to hit. And water blast. Lovely. It's so hard. This is why I got a bow. Without this bow, good luck hitting that one. It's gonna trick you into falling into the water. So instead, get the longbow. They do. Might as well. It can hit you. As strange as that sounds. It's impossible to hit the Hydra to hit you. I find that very strange, actually. That's that! It's dead! We get the dragon scale and the blessed crown ring. And 5,000 souls and the night set. That's what I wanted to say before. The Hydra is yet another descendant of dragons. There are drakes, and there are also Hydras. Dragon Scale reinforces dragon weapons. Dragon Scale for reinforcing dragon weapons, healed from an ancient dragon. A dragon is inseparable from its scales, and the transcendent apostles who seek the perpetuity of the ancient dragons have crossed the very end of the earth to seek this invaluable treasure. Perpetuity, like perpetual, to be everlasting, like the everlasting dragon. There are people in this world who seek dragon scales to be immortal like dragons. It's very interesting. That's not the only thing it dropped. It also dropped the Dust Crown Ring. This magic crown shape, you know what? I'll read it later. I'll read it soon. And another thing. Don't be fooled by the fact that the Hydra is dead. It's still dangerous to go across the base, and you can. So instead, we're gonna go along the side. It's safe. We're gonna go to this deep end. Now, we're gonna do something interesting. We're gonna quit the game. Now we're gonna return to the game. There it is. This is a new enemy. Another powerful enemy. The Golden Crystal Dome. It's a lot stronger than its brothers. It can do that. It's a lot bigger too. This is a big enemy. Large and large. Another reason you want the Rusted Iron Ring, to be able to move into in this water, where it's safe. Ow! That hurt. I missed? How did I miss? Unbelievable crap. Especially that uppercut. There's no dodging that. I'm hoping it doesn't fall into the water too. That would be really, really bad. Thank you, shield, for being reliable. Back off. There it is. It's dead. Who are you? Someone was inside the crystal golem. Let's talk to you.
So, 'tis thou who rescueth me. Most gracious, I am deeply obliged. I am Dusk of Ulasil. I cometh from an age long before thine. I cannot stay here for long. So, before I disappear, allow me to ask one thing. My home, Ulasil, is the home of ancient sorceries. My hope is to pass this profound knowledge to thee, with thine approval. Would this be of assistance to thee?
Ancient sorceries? Count me in.
My heartfelt thanks. I am pleased beyond words. Then I shout, engrave my signature. If thou art in need, pray summon me from my signature. It seems that my time is done. May the great flames guide thee.
Dusk of Ulasil. We saved her. She says she comes from an age long before ours, and that she can't stay here for long, and then she disappeared as a phantom. Now we can read up on this ring. Yep, I'm trying to read it. This magic crown-shaped ring was granted to Princess Dusk of Ulasil upon her birth. The ring stone allows its wearer to cast additional magics, but at the cost of 1/2 of HP. That sounds awful. The Princess Dusk of Ulasil. She wasn't just anyone from Ulasil, an ancient land. But she was the princess. What's she doing here, away from her kingdom? Well, since she says she comes from an age long before ours, we can assume that maybe Ulasil doesn't exist anymore. Maybe this Ulasil doesn't exist anymore. Right here of all places. Is that what the crystal golems are sent here to do? Kidnap people? It's possible. Alright. So now, we're going to quit the game again. Crystal golems are gone, and even if you're not human, this will appear. This is a summon sign. We'll go into detail about what these are later, but the gist of them is you can summon warriors from other worlds into yours. For as Solaris said, jolly cooperation. I'm assuming that this sign was made by Dusk of Ulasil. Let's summon her. This is the only summon sign you don't have to be human to use. And there she is. Greetings, Dusk.
I am Dusk of Ulasil. It is an honor to see thee again. I shall follow thine wishes.
Let's learn her gesture. The proper bow. It's one of my favorites. Let's see her sorceries. Let's see if there's any interesting lore. These are ancient sorceries of the lost land of Ulasil. An example of the capacity of Ulasil sorcerers to throw light. These are golden sorceries that use the light, and they didn't depend upon intelligence. Even though they have requirements, they don't have scaling with intelligence. There's repair, hidden body to make yourself invisible, cast a light. This light-producing sorcery is elementary, but nonetheless demonstrates the achievements of mysticism in Ulasil. Such magic has not been developed even in Vinheim. That's where the Dragon School is, where Griggs and Big Hat Logan come from, masters of sorcery. And she also sells the Ulasil Ivory Catalyst, formed by enchanted white bark branches. The white bark boosts sorcery adjustment, but the sorceries of this lost land are gentle, and not affected by intelligence. The light face. Let's talk about it.
For a very long time, I was trapped within the crystal golem. From my home I was taken, and banished to a plane of distortion. It was there that thou came to my rescue, long after I had relinquished all hope. So gleeful was I. My faith reneweth. The sorceries of Ulasil differ from the magic of thine age. It is difficult to explain. Ulasil's sorceries are, what doth one say? They're somewhat of an approximation. Thine sorceries are more straightforward, negating all but thyself. Dost thou not find some fascination in these discrepancies?
I do find it fascinating. What else is fascinating? She's the only character that speaks in this Old English. Thou, doth. No one else, thine. No one else talks this way because, again, she's from an age from before ours. It's almost like she traveled in time to get to us. Very interesting.
If thou art in need, pray summon me again. I wish to be of assistance. May the flames guide thee.
We're gonna switch to proper battle. Do a proper battle. Thank you. Alright. With that... With that, I think we're done here. Next time on Dark Souls, we're gonna explore more of the Darkroot Basin, and maybe Darkroot Garden too. See you guys then.